Let's make this beautiful okra soup for my 4-year-old. So in a pot, I have my chicken breast. I'm using chicken breast because it's just easy and tender enough for a child. I'm going in with a lot of onions. Guys, use onions. There is nothing like too much onions. Use onions. It is medicinal. It is good for you. So I have my onions in my pot. I'm going to go in with just one scotch bonnet pepper because it's for a 4-year-old. So just one pepper is enough. I'm going to be going in with my Maggi cubes. I'm using just these 2 cubes. And then that's in there. I'm going in with a tablespoon of salt. And then when that's in, I'm going to be going in with a tablespoon of pepper. I love dry peppers. I like the way it smells. So one scotch bonnet pepper and dry pepper, 1 tablespoon is just enough for a child. Well, for my child, I don't know about you. So I'm going to mix this in, turn everything so that all the spices will, soak into every single part of the meat. You don't want spice to be too much on one side. You want everything to be mixed properly. So I'm going to keep turning that and let it, sit in, and that's that. So I'm going to cover my pot. Notice I didn't add water. I'm going to cover my pot and let the meat juice itself. It's going to bring out all the water by itself. See, I didn't add any water, and all of this came out from just this few piece of meat. So guys, don't add water to your meat when you're cooking. Just let it, let the water come out on its own. That would make the meat really delicious. It will make it, the juice come out very well, and your meat is going to taste phenomenal. So I'm going to bring all of that out of my pot because this is chicken breast, right? So it's going to scatter. It's not really a firm meat. I'm just going to take all of that out and then put it in my air fryer just to make it a bit stronger because it's too tender and it's just scatter and make your pot messy. So I'm just going to put that in an air fryer for just 5 minutes and we're done. So I let the remaining juice of the chicken um melt, and then I put in water. This water is just enough to cook my okra. So guys, the trick to cooking okra: add water as you go. Do not drown your soup with water. Add water as you go so you get the right consistency. So I'm going in with my prawns. I like shrimps, so I'm going to go in with a bit of it. This is fresh shrimp, so you put it in the water, the chicken water, so it takes in some of the juice. And then when it's ready, I just turn it, let it, sink in the juice properly. I close that and I let it cook for like 5 minutes. It doesn't take time, guys. 5 minutes and it's done. How do you know it's done? You will see the shrimp will be all coiled up and you know it's ready to be eaten. So when your shrimp is all coiled up like this, you know the shrimp is ready. So I'm going to be going in with just 3 tablespoons of palm oil, guys. My son doesn't like palm oil so much. Me too. I don't like palm oil so much. It gives me heartburn. So just 3 tablespoons of palm oil. This is not your regular okra soup that you pack oil in it and it's everything is swimming in palm oil. To me, that's not healthy, but this is healthier. Even for weight loss, this is acceptable. Just 3 tablespoons of palm oil and you're good to go. And then I'm gonna let this cook. You have to let the palm oil cook so it doesn't like congeal in your chest. I think that's what gives heartburn. So yeah, here the palm oil is cooked and ready. You see the chicken from the air fryer, it's now firm. So I'm free to put that in my pot because now it's not going to shred and make my pot messy. You see, it's not totally fried, but it's just, firm enough to stand my spoon when it gets turned around. I'm just going to cover that up for like 2 minutes, let it boil, and then we're going. So I'm going to be going in my crayfish. I love crayfish. Crayfish is healthy for kids, so please add crayfish. That's like 3 tablespoons of crayfish as well. I'm going to turn that, let everything, come together, soak that in. It's healthy. Crayfish is healthy. Nothing like too much crayfish. Add crayfish. Kids need crayfish, except they are allergic, I mean, but my son is not allergic, so I love to use crayfish. He enjoys it as well. So now I'm going to be going in with my okra and a little bit of iru, just a little bit. I don't like so much iru, but I just like it just enough. Little amount is just enough for me. And now I'm going to turn that in. I blended this okra so you can see it's really, you know, thick. So you just have to turn that and make sure all of the mixture come together. And guys, like I said, you add water as you go. Do not pour water in your pot and then add your okra. If you need to loosen it up, you add some more water. Do not drown your soup. And now I'm going to be going in with a little water, just 1 cup of water to, loosen it up and get the right consistency. Now it's a bit loosen up and I can work with it. This okra is still going to, water is still going to come out from this okra. So that 1 cup of water I added is just enough because when it boils, the okra is still going to loosen up. Like I said, see, the okra has brought out its own water, so don't add too much water. I went in with some little goat meat I had in my refrigerator, just to make the soup richer. And my son loves meat a lot, so chicken, goat meat, shrimps, that's just okay for him. And then you cover that and let that boil for 2 minutes and you're good to go. Now that it's boiling, you open, you see the okra has water. Water has come out from the okra, guys. Like I said, do not add too much water. This consistency is just fine, except you're trying to drown your soup or make it River Jordan. But this consistency is just fine. It's just rich enough. All of the taste you want is still going to be in there. And now your soup is ready. Look at how juicy this looks, guys. 3 different kinds of protein in it. My son is going to love this. He's going to clean this plate, and you can just serve this with whichever, you know, swallow you want. Wheat, amala, poundo yam, gari eba, anything you want to serve it with is just perfect. My son is going to be having his with poundo yam, ola ola to be precise. Guys, tell me how this looks. I'm going to be dropping in a lot more of these videos. Thank you.